Fight over affirmative action. The fight over affirmative action is a complex and long-standing debate in the United States. At its core, it revolves around the question of how to address historical and ongoing discrimination against marginalized groups, particularly racial minorities, in areas like education and employment. What is affirmative action? Affirmative action refers to policies and practices designed to increase opportunities for historically disadvantaged groups. These can include targeted recruitment, actively seeking out qualified candidates from underrepresented groups, special consideration in admissions or hiring, taking race or ethnicity into account as one factor among many in evaluating applicants, set-asides, reserving a certain percentage of contracts or positions for minority-owned businesses or individuals. Arguments in favor of affirmative action, redressing past wrongs. Supporters argue that affirmative action is necessary to counteract the lingering effects of slavery, segregation, and other forms of discrimination that have created systemic disadvantages for minorities. Promoting diversity. They believe that diverse workplaces and educational institutions lead to better outcomes for everyone by fostering different perspectives and experiences. Creating equal opportunity. Proponents argue that affirmative action helps to level the playing field and ensure that everyone has a fair chance to succeed, regardless of their background. Arguments against affirmative action. Reverse discrimination. Critics argue that affirmative action gives unfair advantages to minorities and discriminates against qualified white individuals. Meritocracy. They believe that decisions about admissions and hiring should be based solely on merit, without regard to race or ethnicity. Perpetuating racial divisions. Some argue that affirmative action reinforces racial divisions and creates resentment, rather than promoting unity. Legal challenges and recent developments. Affirmative action has been the subject of numerous legal challenges over the years. The Supreme Court has generally upheld the use of affirmative action in higher education, but has placed limits on its scope. In June 2023, the Supreme Court issued a landmark ruling that effectively ended the use of race-based affirmative action in college admissions. The court held that considering race as a factor in admissions violates the Equal Protection Clause of the 14th Amendment. The debate continues. Despite the Supreme Court's ruling, the debate over affirmative action is likely to continue. Supporters are exploring alternative ways to promote diversity and opportunity, while opponents are pushing for a complete end to race-conscious policies. The future of affirmative action remains uncertain, but it is clear that the issue will continue to be a significant part of the national conversation on race and equality.